All right, guys, welcome in to a fun little thing I thought I would try. Just exploring different stadiums, starting with Chase Field. I just randomly picked Chase Field out and said, might as well start there. So basically, all I'm going to be doing is using this. This is just MLB The Show. I bought like some pass for Xbox and it came with it. So I said, might as well go into the replay or whatever, which is what this is. I just started up a random game. I think it's the Marlins versus the Diamondbacks. And just, pivot through the stadium and kind of explore it. And you can kind of zoom in, zoom out. Unfortunately, I don't know why you can't climb, but I'm just going to kind of go through the entire stadium, talk about it, maybe some of the unique factors and things like that. But just starting with the little dugout. So normally you'll see stadiums that have, these little dugout things. Looks like Chase Field has a nice little area. You got a nice little bricking behind. You've got some people here. Who is this? My goodness. Interesting little AI creations. But yeah, they got a little lounge down there. Normally all you can eat stuff. So Chase Field has that. Also, I should mention that, I don't know, this thing's like fighting me right now. Can I zoom? There we go. Zoom out. I should mention I do have the roof closed. I believe it's closed about 80% of the time, but sometimes they do open the windows. So maybe I'll open it up and also show people. Obviously, it's going to be better when it's open, but we're just going to make our way down the first base line. You can see, I was looking at this. The show is really weird with how they do the suites. The suites are like, they look like they're intertwined with the seating, but I believe that's just like a club level seating and then suites above it. And also, I mean, you have the ridiculous upper deck at Chase Field that actually doesn't look that bad on this engine. I don't know why, it just looks a little bit smaller, but definitely the thought process with Chase Field would be to, I don't know, like chop off the top 15 rows of the upper deck and turn it into a bar, because they're kind of deciding right now, do they want to renovate Chase Field? Do they want a new ballpark in Scottsdale? I know there's renderings for it, but the unique thing with the upper deck, it actually jolts in, like one section jolts in on both sides. So that's like the one unique thing with it. But yeah, really just your standard lower bowl. You've got your better seats in front. You've got, club seats, and then you have your suites on both sides. Very, very similar. And then the same thing with the upper deck, kind of jolting in with one section on both sides. The big issue being it's like 75 rows back. It just does not look good. And it's funny, this is supposed to be an exhibition game, but I can guarantee you if there was an exhibition game between the Diamondbacks and the Marlins, this would not be full. Let's just, And then, moving down, this is the first base line. So both the bullpens are half in foul territory, half in fair territory. Something interesting there. Little quirk to the ballpark, but on both sides, they're the exact same thing. And I kind of like that. I don't really, it doesn't really bother me. I like more vertical bullpen setup that go this way. Like if you're talking about in the outfield, then horizontal, because horizontal just takes up too much space. And they wouldn't even be able to do it at Chase Field because they do have the pool. But we will get to that. You can take a look at kind of the way the seating looks. It's almost like a half pyramid design in right field and in left field, very similar to Comerica Park, where you have kind of a wall behind it and the seats jet in on each side. So I would say that configuration is kind of similar to Comerica. And then you do have the best feature of the park, the pool. Looks like nobody is in the pool, which is very disappointing. But the design of it is correct. You have the hot tub cascading into the real pool. And the real pool is actually only like 4 feet. So it's very small. You can get a look at some of these people here. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of outfits we're wearing here with these Uggs. Why would you wear that to a pool area, a little pool party? But yeah, I don't know what's going on. Either way, you can see some people there. That looks like that's a man child. That's a man midget. Holy crap, that dude's 3'6". What a weird looking individual that is. But you can see they also got a little barbecue area for some food. They have like what is this, a vending machine with nothing in it? It says the show on it. It's like a little refrigerator, but there's nothing in it. So I guess there's a little area over there. And then just taking a look at the upper area, You can see it has all the retired numbers. It's got two sections of seating, and I'm guessing if they were to renovate Chase Field, they would have to do something about this. So this is a really bad design. It is the center field batter's eye that is completely vertical with the scoreboard. It just makes for a really bad situation when a home run gets hit. It just pounds right back onto the field, which I think is really bad for an MLB stadium. That should not be happening. So they would have to completely redesign this. I would move the fences all into 400 feet, which is pretty standard for the MLB. Give yourself more area to work with. I don't know really what's going on back here. Looks like there's a little, restaurant area that you can eat at. That's probably not a good view. And then they do have like two little balconies. You can see these balconies right there. I mean, I guess that's a unique thing. It's a little cork. You can kind of see how they come in like that. And then they also have an area over here. I would move the scoreboard probably to where the retired numbers are and just take out that seating right there and just put the scoreboard there. And then redesign the batter's eye, create an all-new batter's eye right here. I mean, you have the room. I think you really don't have much room to work with. It's just the way, what is that ceiling right there? I wonder what's behind there. See if I can zoom in. Looks like some red thing. Yeah, it's really nothing. There's not much behind there, but yeah, that's just the problem with center field at Chase, and then you can see very, very similar thing here. I also think they may chop off some of the back sections of this as well. These sections, they go on forever, at least from this mock of the park. So they might decide to do that and put in drinking rails if they did renovate it. You can see there's more extended seating on this side than the other side. There's also like a little food area right here. Let's try and zoom back on this. You see the eat food, nice little area there. And then above that, there's like a little kiddie play area. So I guess that's something. Also, you do have the panels. I might decide to show the ballpark with the roof open here so the panels come out. Even with the panels closed, where it says like MLB Network, Baseball, Tomorrow, or whatever that is, they open those up. Even with them closed, you still do get at least a decent amount of natural light. And then you can just see kind of the overall. This ballpark is hard to review just because it's so similar on both sides. Like the bullpens are the exact same. The seating alignment in the outfield is the exact same. The center field area is the exact same. It's super symmetrical. The upper deck on both sides is the exact same. And then you do have a nice retractable roof. I don't mind it. I think that would be one of the reasons you try and salvage the ballpark because it does look really nice when it is open. But there are some big problems with this park for sure. And this is about as far as I can zoom out. So this is like an outfield view of it. You can just see, I mean, it looks decent when everyone's, in the stands, but I don't know. It just, in real life with all of that empty seating up there, it's really, really ugly. And yeah. All right, and here it is with the retractable roof off. There is a pretty crazy shadow going on. So they let you set the game time, and the options are 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 11 a.m. And I think that's because of like the morning game, the Sunday morning game that sometimes happens. But it would never happen in Arizona because Arizona is mountain time zone. So there would never be an 11 a.m. mountain time start. But you can see how the shadow affects the 11 a.m. game. It's still peering over. But yeah, this is 11 a.m. at Chase Field, and you can kind of see it does look very, very nice. I mean, that's beautiful. I'll be honest. Just like looking, and you've got all the windows open. You've got the roof open. It's completely clear in Arizona. And that is the view. Every stadium is better with the roof off if it's nice weather. The issue becomes, the humidity, having that perfect pampered weather that everyone always wants. It becomes pretty fickle when it comes to closing the roof. So that is just what Chase Field looks like. There's never going to be this shadow here because I think the sun is rising rising at this point if it's 11 a.m. and that's just what it looks like. Let's see. I just loaded in a different game. Let's see if there's anyone out here. What is this? This is just, do we really need to wear these? They got little Uggs on at the pool. It just doesn't. There are some different people that are spawned in at least. Yeah, there's some different people out here, but what in the, oh my goodness. What is going on there? I don't know what that is, but that is basically what it is. That's how it looks. I'll do a quick zoom out just to show from center field. So this is center field looking in. Again, I would give this park like with the roof off, like a C. I'd say C plus maybe. I think it looks decent. With the roof on, it's got to be a solid D. It's just it's very bland. It's hard to even review it because it all looks the exact same. Outside of the pool, even like these perched areas are on each side. They're just a little bit different, Like there's a food area over here. I don't know. It just all looks the same. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, and then up above it, looks like they have some out-of-town scoreboards. I think they're on each side. Yeah, they are on each side. But I'm like warped right now. I'm in a portal. Where is my... Oh, that's how you zoom. Oh, that's how you zoom in more. Yeah, I would not want to sit in these seats. I mean, what is with the Uggs going on here? Oh my God. I would not want to sit in these seats for... I mean, look at this. Come on, man. But now that's basically what it is. I'm like freaking... This is some interstellar stuff. I can't even... There we go. But that is Chase Field. I just wanted to do a tour of it. What is the most unique feature? Well, it's got to be the pool, of course. What is the worst thing about it? Well, it's got to be the batter's eye or the extended upper deck, which I think they would both renovate if they possibly could. But, which one needs it more, the batter's eye? You'd have to take the scoreboard, chop off both of those upper tier sections where the retired numbers are, put the scoreboard up there, and then completely reimagine. I would bring the walls in a little bit, put a nice little, move the fence down a bit, and actually make a real batter's eye. I do think it could be a problem, though, because it looks like they're right up against where the retractable roof tracks actually are. If you look up there, like above the clock, like, I don't know if you could even move that. That's why it's all pushed up and confined. It's the exact same thing that happened at American Family Field in Milwaukee. But yeah, I mean, there's some dude like just looking at nothing back there. Maybe he's on his phone. You guys, look at that. I mean, what's going? I can't climb in this. That's the problem. I used to be able to climb in like the 2Ks, like 2K13 MLB. You could climb. I don't think you can climb in this. If I could climb, it'd be a lot easier. But I don't know, guys. That's just my review of Chase Field. That's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description.